I'm Chloe Pellissier, and I'm going to be giving a presentation about the article titled New Frontline of U.S. Abortion Battles Emerges in New Mexico. And so I'm sure we have all heard about the overturn of Roe v. Wade in June 2022, thanks to the U.S. Supreme Court. Because of this, many states have changed their abortion policy to outlaw abortion. In New Mexico, however, their abortion policy stayed the same, which means that abortion is legal. However, some towns in New Mexico oppose this policy and want to outlaw it. These towns include the towns of Clovis and Hobbs, which are near the border, of Texas, which was the first state to enact a near total ban on abortion. Although these states do not have abortion clinics in them, abortion providers want to set up clinics in towns like these to attract Texas residents who cannot get an abortion in their state. However, Clovis and Hobbs are trying to find a way around this by passing an ordinance that is supported by the 1940 federal law that forbids the U.S. Postal Service or a private carrier from delivering anything that is designed, adapted, or intended for producing an abortion. What this ordinance will do is it will require that abortion clinics adhere to federal law and be given a city permit in order to operate. Because of this, no abortion clinic will agree to this because they would not be able to receive the necessary materials that they need to carry out abortions. And so there will be a final vote in Hobbs on November 7th to decide whether to implement the ordinance or not. So you may be asking, how does this apply to business law? Well, we talked about ethics in Chapter 3, and ethics goes hand in hand with the abortion debate. We can apply ethics when we look at whether the ordinance Hobbs and Clovis are looking to pass is ethical using ethical utilitarianism. Utilitarianism is an outcome-based ethics that focuses on the consequences of one's actions on society. The main theory of utilitarianism is making a decision that creates the greatest good for the greatest amount of people. If we apply this theory to the ordinance that the towns are looking to pass, it would say that the ordinance should not be passed. By not enacting the ordinance, this would provide the greatest good for the greatest amount of people. In the article, it states that 45% of adults in New Mexico believe that abortion should be illegal in all or most cases. However, this would mean that most of the population, or the other 55% of people, believe that abortion should be legal. Therefore, according to utilitarianism, the ordinance should not be passed because in order to create the greatest good for the greatest amount of people, abortion must be legal in New Mexico. And that is my presentation.